Making donuts at home might seem intimidating, but with the right techniques and a little patience, you can achieve that bakery quality perfection right in your kitchen. In this video, we'll walk you through the steps to create the softest, fluffiest donuts and share essential tips to help you get them just right. From choosing the right ingredients to mastering the frying process, you'll learn how to elevate your donut making game, ensuring every bite is a pillowy piece of heaven. Let's get started on making some delicious donuts. In a mixing bowl, add 220 milliliters full-fat milk, 50 grams white sugar, and 10 grams instant dry yeast. Instant yeast does not need to be proofed in liquid like active dry yeast, so you can just stir it into the liquid until it dissolves. This recipe, I am using a combination of all-purpose flour and bread flour in donut making, can result in donuts that have a great balance between softness and structure. Using a fine mesh sieve, sift the 300-gram bread flour and 100-gram all-purpose flour. This step helps to aerate the flour, remove any lumps, and mix the two types of flour evenly. After that, add half teaspoon salt. If you are using salted butter, you can reduce the added salt slightly to prevent it from becoming too salty. Today, I'm using plain yogurt instead of egg. Using yogurt as an egg replacement in donuts is a great choice, as it adds moisture and helps with the tenderness of the dough. Here I am using just 2 tablespoons yogurt only. If you want eggs in recipe, just add 1 whole egg or 3 egg yolks. Then, using a dough whisk or your hands, mix everything together until shaggy dough begins to form. Ensure that all the flour is incorporated and there are no dry patches left. Once the mixture is combined, begin to knead the dough right in the bowl. Knead for about 2 to 3 minutes. After kneading in the bowl, turn the dough out onto a working surface. Dust your hands and the work surface with a little flour if the dough is sticking. Knead the dough for 4 to 5 minutes, then add soft butter and continue to knead for 12 to 15 minutes more, or until soft and elastic texture. This will help develop the gluten structure and create soft, elastic dough. If the dough feels too sticky, you can sprinkle a little more flour, but try to avoid adding too much to keep the donuts light and fluffy. If you are using dough mixture, add all the ingredients into the mixture bowl. Begin mixing on the lowest speed to combine the ingredients. Once the ingredients are mixed, increase the speed to medium. Well-kneaded dough has a smooth and cohesive texture, which is important for shaping the donuts properly without tearing or collapsing. This is what makes the dough rise properly during proofing and frying, resulting in light and airy donuts. After 12 to 15 minutes of proper kneading, the dough should develop a soft and elastic texture. The dough will appear smooth and not lumpy. When you stretch the dough, it should stretch easily without tearing. If the dough feels too stiff, you might need to knead it a bit more. After kneading, cover the dough with a damp cloth or plastic wrap and let it rest for 10 minutes. Then divide it into equal pieces for consistent size and even cooking. Weigh each portion on the scale to ensure uniformity. After dividing, gently roll each piece of dough into a smooth ball to prepare for shaping into donuts. Lightly dust your work surface with flour to prevent sticking. Take each dough ball and gently press it down. Be gentle while pressing so you don't knock out too much air from the dough. Make sure all the flattened dough discs are of equal thickness to ensure even proofing and frying. Then lightly dust the baking tray and place the shaped dough pieces on the tray, ensuring there's enough space between each one to allow for rising. Leave the dough to proof for at least 2 hours in room temperature. Please avoid high temperatures. High temperatures can cause the dough to rise too quickly, leading to overproofing and collapse, which will result in flat or deflated donuts. After proofing, the donuts should puff up and nearly double in size. You can proceed to cut out the donut shapes using a donut cutter, a smaller one for the hole. After cutting the donuts, allow the cut donuts to rest for about 15 minutes. In the meantime, you can prepare to fry them by heating the oil. Use a deep frying pan. Pour enough oil into the pan. Heat the oil over medium heat. Use a thermometer to monitor the temperature, aiming for 150 degrees Celsius to 160 degrees Celsius. Perfectly proofed donuts always have nearly doubled in size. The donuts should feel light and soft to the touch. When you gently press the dough with your finger, it should spring back slowly. The edges may look rounded rather than flat. There shouldn't be any cracks. You can test the oil by dropping a small piece of dough into it. Keep an eye on the oil temperature as you fry. Adjust the heat as needed to maintain a consistent temperature, which is crucial for evenly cooking the donuts without burning them. This can lower the oil temperature. Fry each donut for about 2 to 3 minutes on one side until golden brown. The donuts should be a deep golden brown on both sides. If they're browning too quickly, the donuts may burn on the outside while remaining raw on the inside. Lower the heat to maintain a steady temperature. Be patient. Allow the donuts to cook fully to ensure they are light and fluffy inside. After frying the initial batch of donuts, you can continue frying the remaining donuts following the same process. Once cooked, allow the donuts to cool for a few minutes before glazing or coating them in sugar. You can also toss them in powdered sugar or glaze them with icing while they are still warm. Creating soft, fluffy, and beautifully colored donuts requires attention to detail throughout the entire process. Please, don't rush the process. Allowing time for proofing and frying ensures the best texture and flavor. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, please like it and subscribe to my channel for more exciting updates.